little creep left me on red.
Drag him out, Mom, but cheat yourself toward the window so I have a good shot of both of you.
Good luck, honey. Hey, could you grab me some Funyun rings?
I can't go in. There's a hole in my pajamas in a bad spot. Go.
Me? But you're so much better at public scenes and don't care what the kids think of you.
You're his father. Just go in and say, get your butt in the car or I'll put it there.
What if he says no?
You don't take no for an answer.
Okay. I'm the father.
Are you sure your parents will be cool with me coming over?
Actually, they're out of town.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Duncan Harris, I am your father.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Well, this is every teen's fantasy.
Duncan, you are out past curfew.
I have a good reason.
Whoa, son, I had no idea. Sorry to bother you. I'm sorry, Duncan, but it's time to go. Bid your friends farewell.
Calm down. I'll meet you at home later. Let's roll, Mia.
But your father...
Don't worry about him. He's a pushover.
Hell no, you'll meet me now in here and also at home, because that's where we're going.
Maybe you better go. My parents will be out of town again in 6 months.
No, you're impressed with me tonight, and this may never happen again.
Duncan Harris, I am your father. You are still my little boy. Now get your butt in the car or I will put it there.
You, Jack!
Oh. Huh?
Damn!
Love that perfectly timed. Damn. Well, hi, everyone. I am Variety Deputy TV Editor Michael Schneider, and so excited to be a part of this virtual Comic-Con. I guess, yes, we're all still virtual. We're all still in these boxes, but it's so great to be able to see everyone, at least remotely to some degree. From the Emmy Award and Golden Globe winner, Amy Poehler, of course, and also Emmy Award winners, Mike and Julie Scully. Welcome to Duncanville, everyone. Here we are. So the big news, the fantastic news, Duncanville has already been renewed for a 3rd season, even as we're still in the middle of season 2, which is fantastic news. It airs Monday nights at 9:30 on Fox, but you can also go binge it, catch up on it by going to Hulu or Fox Now. There are many ways to check out Duncanville. Or you can continue to watch this panel right here. So why don't I introduce you to the fine folks behind Duncanville. First off, the executive producers and co-creators of Duncanville, Mike Scully and Julie Thacker-Scully. Mike and Julie, welcome.
Hey, how you doing, Michael?
Good to see you guys. And your blurry background, that's real, by the way. They live in this weird void. Congratulations, Scullys.
Thank you.
It's Wiz Khalifa behind us.
It's the smoke. It's Wiz's smoke. Next up, she plays Bex on the show. Betsy Sodaro. Betsy, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Is the swaggy Yangtze on the show. Yassir Lester, welcome.
Hey. And everyone, make sure you get vaccinated every day.
Every day. 4, 5, 6 times so we can do
Doesn't
Comic-Con
matter.
next year in person and see you guys there. She is the youngest on the show, playing Jing, Joy Osmanski.
Hi.
She plays middle child Kimberly, Riki Lindhome. Riki, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
He's the dad that I most relate to, including in that clip. I have a 15-year-old who is very much like Duncan, and I feel like I'm very much like Jack, Ty Burrell. Ty, welcome.
Oh, I hope you're not getting screamed at too much.
It comes with the territory, and my son will probably watch this at some point, so I just embarrassed him to the world, so you're welcome, Evan. And finally, co-creator, executive producer, and she plays both Duncan and Annie on the show, Amy Poehler. Amy, welcome.
Thank you, Michael. And don't worry, Michael, Evan's not watching. He doesn't like to watch you work.
This will only pop up when he's watching some other YouTube video and suddenly like, why is dad there?
Yeah, he doesn't want to watch Dad.
Totally embarrassing.
Yep.
So excited for season 2, which is underway right now. Amy, let's kick things off let's talk about that first episode, because it was so fun to have a Parks and Recreation reunion, with some of our favorites, those voices. How did that all kind of come together? How'd you guys figure out a way to kind of get them all in there? And what was that like to sort of, reunite with the old team on your new show?
It's so cool. I mean, Mike and I have a lot of dirt on a lot of these people. They owe us big time, and we could really take them down. So it wasn't so much of an ask as a tell, like, you're doing this or else. No, but it's really great to get to work with those people who are my friends and happen to be so funny. And I think that I could probably speak for everyone here that one of the best parts about doing this job is that you just get to have people who you find so fun and funny come in and drop in and do stuff. So we were thrilled to have them.
Yeah, no, that was great. And you're right. Mike Scully, obviously, who we saw several times on Parks and Rec through the years. Those cameos were always enjoyable, Mike. I'm disappointed you haven't further pursued your acting career, but
it wasn't my choice. It just kind of happened that way.
Let's talk about sort of the origin story real quick of Duncanville. I'm sure you guys, Mike and Julie and Amy get this all the time from people like me who say, like, this is like the most relatable show I think ever in terms of raising a teenager, being a parent, trying to be that cool parent, but at the same time trying to figure out, like how to handle someone who are in those years. Talk a little bit about the inspiration, but also where you're sort of getting some of these storylines. How personal are some of these things from your writing staff as well, and the inspiration for some of these stories that you guys tell.
It's got the clip you just saw where Duncan, tells his dad to F off for the first time, gets up that nerve. We talked about it with the staff, and I was telling a story about how the first time I did it with my dad, because I was literally 15 years old, and it just built up inside, and I finally decided, this is it, I'm letting loose. The mistake I made was not running away like Duncan did.
You stayed.
Yeah, I stayed.
You stayed and paid the price.
Yes, exactly. And you start talking about moments like that in like people's lives, and a lot of people have that story, particularly around that age is where you decide to test the sweet spot.
Not all of us have that story.
Yeah.
Right. I would just like to add, as someone who grew up without a father, you should say it to every man you meet. Just any guy, you should absolutely say it to him, just in case. You don't know.
I remember doing that to my dad. I remember I was 14 and I did run, and we had one lock in our house and it was in the bathroom, and I just ran and I just locked myself in there until my mom came home.
I feel like when I was in my early 20s, I was the first time I even just disagreed with my dad.
Wow.
I have a differing opinion.
Yes. You didn't have that moment in time where all cards were on the table?
No, and now what's going to happen with me is it's going to be my daughters who do it.
Well, Ty, I'm sure you get the question a lot, having just come off Modern Family and moved to this show, and sort of playing two different dads who have a lot of similarities, but also some differences. And what was that when you agreed to sort of join the show? What were your thoughts in sort of playing sort of another dad who's sort of in that sort of similar stage of life, and sort of balancing trying to be the fun dad, trying to be the friend, but at the same time trying to be a dad?
They call me the man of one voice. It's actually been such a blast playing Jack, because it's such a wild, emotional ride. And that actually has been really fun and very different. I mean, Jack is so emotional that he is almost literally and figuratively a character from a musical, where his emotions get so big he has to sing. And And I have sung more in this show than I have sung in my entire life. I really am enjoying it, and it's really fun. I always, in the best way, I always leave the booth with a little bit of a hoarse voice from either flying off the handle in terms of temper, or he's sobbing or something. It's really been a blast.
So dare I ask you the Sophie's Choice question? Who would you rather have as a dad, Jack or Phil Dunphy?
I'm gonna go Phil on this one.
Yeah,
Phil on this one. Jack's. I don't know where Jack's story ends. It could end up in murder suicide.
That's true. You don't know.
We don't know.
And Phil's the better looking of the two, we should say as well.
Oh, thank you.
Depends on your taste, Michael. You can't speak for him.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Well, Jack is obviously trying to hold on to sort of that cool rock star sort of dream that he has. But there's a moment where the ponytail is cut, and that could change everything. And we have a clip. So why don't we take a look at a tragic moment for Jack?
I'm weak, wordless, like Samson when he lost his ponytail.
I told the barber how much it meant to you, but he threatened to cut my head off. Freaking barbers. Relax, honey. It'll grow back. So what if you look like a mid-level claims adjuster, or a racist vice principal, or a conversion therapist at an anti-gay camp, or...
Just stop. You don't understand. That ponytail was who I am. It symbolizes my rebellion. It yelled, I can't drive 55, and I have a stash my kids don't know about.
I want a stash. Jack, you're confessing things for no reason. No one's gonna notice.
Going to school to show everyone my beautiful new smile. Dad, you look weird. Love you. Bye.
Come on, Duncan. We're going back to that barber, and I'm going to give him a bop on the nose. Bop on the nose? That's not what Ponytail Jack would have said. Let's go.
I got school, but whatever.
My favorite part of that scene is just the conversion therapist. I think.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine they look like.
That and the racist vice principal. I mean, it really kind of that's the alternate story for Jack. Joy, let's talk about, since we saw a little bit of Jing there. She's such a bundle of joy, and no pun intended, or maybe the pun is intended. I don't know.
It's okay. We can intend it.
But nonetheless, such a kind of fun, wide-eyed character to play. Talk a little bit about her and what you infuse into this character and playing a young little girl who's sort of just exploring, discovering everything for the first time.
Well, it's actually really cathartic because, we're so pushed in the other direction for most of our lives that it's so nice and such a liberation to play a 5-year-old. And I have young children, and so I just feel like I can bond with them in this way by echoing their little voices that are incessantly around me. So it's really, really fun and not a stretch. Yeah.
Some touching moments too, like the episode where she engineers it just to spend a little more time with her older sister.
Oh yeah, I love that episode. Riki and I were so excited when we read that one.
We got so excited. I love that episode.
Yeah, the writing is so wonderful, and I love, Jing is so small, but she has these really wonderfully piercing insights, and anyone who has experienced young children knows they are without fail the most unedited clarity in your life, and I like doing that on screen too. It's fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She's sort of the truth of the group, and a lot of what we see, when you look through her eyes, it is fascinating to see the dysfunction, but the love.
Yeah.
Do you have any other favorite moments, Joy, from playing her so far?
Well, there's an episode coming up that I probably can't share too much about, but I have some wonderful stuff with my dad, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And when Ty talked about the singing, I was not prepared for how much singing, and I love it so much. And being able to sing, or trying to sing as Jing, like maybe while flying through the air, has been one of the most hilarious experiences of my career. It's been great.
I think you're referring to the children's band, right?
Yes. I can't wait for that episode.
I love when you have different pairings on shows like this, and you get a chance to have see the characters interact and have some fun to that degree. And
Yes.
again, it's like Jack's dream, and so much fun there. Yassir and Betsy, let's talk about the friends aspect of things now, because they both Bex and Yangtze they have their unique quirks, but they have some swag. They're a little more sure of themselves, as far as sure as you can be, sort of in your middle teens. But what do you like sort of playing about these characters? What do you identify with both as teens, but also even now? Betsy, you're having a lot of fun, I could tell, with this character.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I feel like I'm very similar to Bex with that idea. Like I do things before I think about them, which sometimes is a bummer, but for the most part, it's fine. And then I feel I'm very loyal to my friends, and if they're I mean, none of my friends are getting into crazy trouble, but in high school and stuff, I was more than happy to be like, okay, I'll crash my bike into a car and you run away from the cops. We'll be fine. So kind of very much on that same level as Bex. And she's so fun to play. And I like how confident she is just with every part of her, her body. She's more than happy to show her boobs, and it's awesome.
Everyone should have a friend like Bex, just going for it, just the support that you need, just let's do it. I'm here for you.
Right, yeah.
Yassir, also, Yangtze he's sort of the, he's got the swag of the group. He's got his own sort of personality that's sort of adds something to these friends. How far away are you from him? How are you enjoying playing him so far?
I mean, me as a teenager was similar in the sense that I was just constantly trying to get things for free. So I'd say the fact that he's a scammer is probably what I relate to the most. Is I got the job on the show by scamming. I'm Amy and the Scully's gardener, and I flipped that into a role.
Beautiful.
So if anybody else on here needs some landscaping done, hit me up. But that's on the side, and I'm just plugging. I'm scamming my landscaping business into this panel right now. For anyone watching, if you're in the LA area, hit me up on Instagram. I'll come pluck some weeds. But I'd say that, and at the end of it, I do think that so much of being a teenager is feigned overconfidence. I think that the spectrum is either just quiet person, or just so loud, as Betsy was just kind of saying, and that's just who I was, that. And again, I worked at, I don't know why I'm gonna make this on camera, but I worked at Walmart and would have my friends come in and change barcodes on things. So scan something that cost way more and get it for the pack of a price of gum.
That's a good
as I'm saying it, I'm that's more of a criminal thing than it is actively so
I worked at a McDonald's inside a Walmart.
Okay.
So don't be jealous. Yeah.
Riki, fun fact, before the Walmart, I worked at McDonald's for 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Where I would sell the Beanie Babies Happy Meal toys as a side business because so many of them were limited. Now it's neither here nor there. How
the panel has become confess your crimes, everyone.
But
other illegal things have all
that's going to be in an episode, I'm sure. But no, but to that end, I do think that each kind of friend group, especially teens, has friends like Bex and Yangtze and Zach, and I think that they really, Amy and Julie and Mike did a really good job of kind of conveying that teen experience.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And Yassir, also, when I think of you, for some reason, because of your character on Black Monday, I think of loads of cocaine, just like
Congrats,
that.
Yassir. Congrats.
You know, that's one thing that people always say. They're like, I love you on that cartoon, and I can't stop thinking about cocaine. So I will say, real quick, just quick aside, one of my best friends from childhood texted me the other day, and they said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I saw that you got added to the second season of Duncanville." And I was like, that was in the first one too. Anyway, I just felt like I needed to call them out real quick. So thanks, Mark.
Let's move to your friend in both McDonald's and Walmart, Riki. So being a preteen like Kimberly is, that's equally tough, and in some ways even tougher. And I love that we also get to see sort of what she's going through at the moment. And she's the middle child, which is a whole other thing as well. So that's also got to be fun in playing someone who is also sort of acting out at times, who's on the cusp of really figuring out who she is and what she wants to be.
It's really crazy. Like I have sort of foggy memories of my childhood, but my mom watches every episode of Duncanville right when it airs and then calls me right after. And she's like, it's like I'm watching my past. She's like, I'm watching you in junior high. She's like, it is the same. And she she feels like she's reliving my teenage.
Oh my God, that's so funny, Riki.
So I was like, did I yell that much? And she's like, yes. I'm like, oh. She said it was like just very emotional all the time and very high strung, and like I was a little more high strung than Kimberly. I think I was like, my parents would make me they would call them personal creative days so that I could relax. They would just call them that because I would just be like, I was like in 1,000 activities and I couldn't calm down. And so they would be like, personal creative day. They'd be like, you can't go to school. They would make me stay home. So the high strung Kimberly is, my mom's like.
It sounds like they were forcing you to drop out.
They just my back went out when I was 14. I was just like if I got one thing wrong on one test, I was just a lot but I was as emotional as Kimberly, but just
I'm writing all this down.
Yes. She's typing personal creative day.
Yes.
Stealing beanie babies, changing barcodes. Oh yeah.
Sciatica.
This is season 3 right here.
Yeah.
Stress. Yeah.
Ty, I'm sorry, we missed that.
Oh, I just said, I think sciatica in a 14-year-old is a sign of stress for sure.
Oh my God.
Well, a big moment for Kimberly is getting those braces off, and we have a clip. Let's take a look.
Oh, cool.
Hey, we don't keep any cash on site.
I'm not here to rob you.
I'm so sorry. The AA meeting is down the hall.
They think you're a drunk.
I get this all the time. My rock and roll persona scares some people. It's my badass cross to bear.
My renegade husband and I are here for our daughter's braces. Hey, it says on Reddit that half the people who get their braces off, their teeth come off with them.
Shut up!
This one girl had to make new teeth out of her own toe bones.
Mom!
Oh, and now she can't smile or wear open-toed shoes. You're gonna be stumbling around with toe teeth. Ooh, ow!
Mom!
Jack, get Duncan out of here.
Come on, Dunker, let's blow this joint.
Let go of me, you drunk.
We should say, Mike, in that episode, because I think that's the one that airs after this panel, there's a song in there about getting your braces off that we went to Riki and we told her what we were thinking about for the show and what would be that moment for a girl that age getting her braces off for the first time and her life, what she thinks her life will be like, and asked her if she wanted to write a song. And we thought we were giving her a big heads up, well, this will take a month or two and then we'll go back. In 5 days, Riki and Kate Micucci came back with this song that's hilarious and beautiful. It's very Disney-esque, and it's in that episode. And then it's reprised at the end of the episode by Wiz Khalifa at the end. So.
Riki, did you ever think that you would write a song to be performed by Wiz Khalifa?
Never. And it's so amazing. Yeah. Nothing about my life I saw going the way it goes. So I'm just always delighted and surprised. So.
Can I ask real quick about Wiz Khalifa and what it's like working with him and how he was cast, but also just bringing him in as the teacher, and that's just such amazing casting and so fun to have him as part of the group too.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Well, he's funny.
Yeah, he's super
I
fun.
saw him in an Oreo commercial. I think it was.
Yeah, we
with
saw
him
the
and his
Oreo
son.
commercial. Yeah, with the
Oh,
son.
yeah.
I think Amy, you might have brought his name up first.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I love him. I think he's so funny and talented. And we were so excited he said yes. And he's been a blast to work with and do these virtual read-throughs with. And yeah, he's just so funny. I mean, he's like a really talented guy, obviously has great timing, but is a very sweet and nice collaborative like cast member. And he's just, that character is just such a funny character. And so much of it is because of what Wiz has brought to it for sure.
And we're all terrified of him.
Yeah.
To be clear, this is, I'm just kidding.
Hey, he
He's
was
the best.
He was on The Masked Singer now too, to bring the whole Fox thing around. So
Yeah.
look at that.
I'll say this. I don't enjoy that he is very talented and cool and covered in tattoos and has jewelry and his own liquor line. And he's like 6'5". It's like you get to have all those things. It's just a bummer. Like I would really love if he was just 5'8".
So Amy, some of my favorite moments are between Annie and Duncan. It's so touching, it's the mother who's, sort of realizing that her firstborn is leaving the nest and sort of the touching moments. I love like the stock car racing this season. There's such touching moments between the two and comedy. And what is that like playing both characters? How does that work when you're taping it? Are you doing them both at the same time? Do you lay down a track for one character first and then the other? What is that like to kind of like play both sides of that relationship?
Well, we kind of got a nice system down where I do all of Annie's stuff first, because Annie's stuff is always like really driving story and it's very energetic and she's very, you really need a good voice for that. And then Duncan, you need nothing. You could do it lying down. So Duncan is not, there's no point when Duncan is talking. I mean, all he's doing is thinking about when he can stop talking. So the more trashed my voice is at that point, the better. So I try not to do them back and forth because I if I can avoid it. And but it's so fun because it's kind of therapeutic. You're kind of yelling at yourself and I mean, the Annie character certainly comes very naturally to me. It's if you ask my kids, they would say it sounds exactly like me, as I've been told. But there's a lot of Boston moms in that. My mother, especially, very like on us and very this kind of combination of like detective and coach, But the Duncan character is so fun for me because I rarely have gotten to play somebody so apathetic and so unconcerned with anyone else. And that is, I mean, what freedom it is to be a teenage boy. I mean, you truly are in your own world and you're not paying attention to anybody else's stuff. I mean, it's amazing. And it's what it must feel like. To be a man in Hollywood. I don't know. But it's just like, wow, like you have no sense of time, space, or anyone else's wants or needs. Like it's incredible. It's like going to an emotional spa.
That's funny, by the way. You remind me of the joke. I love the joke in one of the episodes where Duncan gives the Hollywood apology. I fired 5 people, and
Yeah. Yeah, and it's that character is just like it all like the stuff that I get to do. It feels so fun because I've said this before, but there's such a long history of women getting to play male characters in animation, and I really wanted people to buy that it was really important to me that people felt like Annie and Duncan were talking and I wasn't talking to myself. So it's so fun to play him and Annie for sure.
Yeah, I want to believe that when you're voicing Duncan, you're actually just lying down on a couch and not even standing up as you're doing that. Because that's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, the less preparation, the better.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So
and Amy will give us funny lines sometimes, like if her boys say something to her.
Oh my God.
Like she'll just call and tell us like what was the line that was just it's in an upcoming episode. The line was just, "You make everything boring." It's just and then we'll just find a spot to drop it in. So.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this sounds like it's good prep for as your kids become teenagers, but it sounds like they're already getting there, Amy. So
they think Duncan is like a poet genius. I mean, they're like, this guy is this, like they're just like this. He's there. I don't know, Da Vinci. Like Duncan is they don't get anybody else, but they're obsessed with Duncan and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike and Julie, talk a little bit more about what to expect the rest of the season. We mentioned the Parks and Rec guest stars, other sort of favorite guest stars from this season, and as you're looking ahead and prepping season 3, any kind of teases that you can share with us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
we have we're going to meet Annie's ne'er-do-well brother Stan, and Jason Schwartzman is playing him. That was a lot of fun. We had Stephen King.
Yeah, go ahead. Stephen King pops up in an episode, and Annie ruins a book signing for him. What else? Oh, Finn Wolfhard is in the same episode with the Parks cast. Gerald McCraney pops up a few times during the season playing Jack's father, based a little bit on my dad.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah. Whose name, my dad's name was Richard, but told everyone, call me Dick. And my brother and I got that right. So yeah, those are some of the things we got.
Rachel
coming
Dratch.
Oh, Rachel Dratch coming back.
That's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Things to look forward to. I want to get to some fan questions off of the Twitter since we're sort of coming close to the end. There's a couple here. So first off, from @Pawnee Waffle, clearly a Parks and Rec fan, asks if you could have a crossover episode with any show, what would it be? Any plans for any crossovers, perhaps with any of the other Fox Animation Domination, for example?
Gosh, no, we haven't.
I want to cross over with WandaVision. Don't you?
I'd love to have a crossover with Murder, She Wrote. I think that'd be good. And one of our family members dies and Angela Lansbury shows up and solves it. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Got to reboot Murder, She Wrote in order to do this. Maybe an animated Murder, She Wrote. A question, another clearly an Amy Poehler fan, because this person's hashtag is, or not hashtag, their @ is Poehler More. When are Duncan and Mia getting together?
I don't know. I mean, do we really want to see that? No, I mean, what's so fun about animation is your characters can have incredible transformations and then also none at all. Like the question we always get asked is like, is Duncan ever going to grow up? And it's like, no, it's so fun that he's going to stay eternally that way. But I think that Rashida Jones is such a incredible, funny person. And it's so easy for me to continue my career of telling her how great she is. But she's so head and shoulders more mature than Duncan, as is the case sometimes, not always, but often that age. I think that what's so fun about the game that they play is that Duncan is like playing he's not, she's way above his pay grade in every way. So the status is just such a fun thing to play with. So I'm sure we'll keep knocking them together, literally, and pulling them apart. But they do get married and divorced in season 3. And that's going to be a very, scenes from a marriage type, very just long episodes of them.
Could Jing be involved in a custody battle? Like, could
okay.
Yeah.
That's I think the longest gaps of silence in animation history is during right, just long.
Yeah.
Just super really tight natural light stuff, and they're going to be making buttering bread and putting cheese on bread.
Well, it's also just an animated version of the film Loving. It's just a very deep interracial.
Very, very deep stuff about divorce.
Yeah.
Really, really deep stuff.
Yeah, we're all excited. We're all excited about that one.
This is like the third season of Mork and Mindy, where they are.
That was
like about Mork and Mindy. It took a dark turn.
Yeah, season 3, it went dark.
What happened?
Yeah. More. That's a side panel. We'll discuss that later.
I'm sure it had something to do with Orson. Yeah.
One more from, and I wanted to ask this question only because, again, like who names their Twitter feed sitcom MILFs? But there is someone named Sitcom MILFs, and they're asking if you could give a piece of advice to your characters, what would it be? Amy, what would you say?
A piece of advice? I would not. I would never give a piece of advice to Duncan because he would it would be like the Peanuts characters talking, wouldn't even hear what I said. And for Annie, I would probably say my advice to Annie would probably be I don't know, maybe look into some like a tiny bit of meditation.
Yeah.
But again, they're not asking for it, so I don't think they'd take it.
How about you? What's your advice?
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Just relax. You're doing fine. You're overcompensating. It's okay. Okay.
Riki, what would you say to Kimberly?
I would tell her to find the boys that like her back. If they don't like her back, maybe try to let that go and look for someone who shows any interest.
Joy, how about you and Jing?
Maybe to go into a line of work that can support a lot of family members.
Yeah. Betsy, you have some thoughts for Bex?
Yeah, I think I would just be like, Bex, keep being you, man.
Yeah. Love it. That's good. Yassir, how about you?
I would tell Yangzi to stop straightening his hair. Just let it be a curly. Let that fro fly, baby. Or Jerry curl, but
Perfect. Well, before we go, we have one more clip. Mike and Julie, do you want to set this up?
Oh, okay, yeah. And right before, just a little tease for season 3, the premiere, we have Ninja, the gamer, on, and then and Duncan and Mia will move forward a little bit. Anyway, yeah, this clip is the tag to show 208. It's Wiz Khalifa as Mr. Mitch, singing the song that you've heard early in the show. It's Wiz kind of singing Disney-esque style. Ooh. Yeah. And I should say the funny thing was Wiz was game right away to do this. And it was, kind of out of his comfort zone of what he normally does. And he dove right in. And it was funny. Julie was directing him. Julie was singing to him, and then he was singing back over the Zoom. And there was this back and forth, but it turned out really cute. So I hope people.
And the music is from Riki.
Yeah, Riki and Kate.
Yeah.
I've waited for this moment for what feels like eternity, but today's the day I can finally say I've got parsley. I can mix it into gummy bears, I can stir it up in tea, and each and every birthday I make a big brownie. And also, just maybe, my mom won't be so critical. What? I'm going to the late service. And also, is it weird? I think I am invisible. Whoa, where'd I go? Man, this parsley hits. What was I singing about? Oh, right. Here's the sitch, I'm Mr. Mitch. I have a trusty hoe. Can't wait to pack these veggies in my bowl.
He can't wait to pack those veggies in his bowl.
You saw that, right?
Shout out to Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, that's great.
That was pretty great.
Ricky, who played the birds.
Oh, right.
Well, like I said before, catch up right now on Duncanville by going to Hulu or Fox Now. And new episodes, of course, Mondays at 9:30 on Fox. Thank you so much, Mike and Julie, Amy, Ty, Yassir.
Thank you for having us.
Michael.
So fantastic. Such
Thanks,
a
Michael.
And again, we'll see you all soon.
Well,
Thank you.